Paul, last week against Alloa you said you were really unhappy with not just the result but the performance. What's your thoughts immediately after that one today?
Not as frustrated. Obviously we're losing football matches and that's no ideal. We're a wee bit fortunate that nobody's really taking the league with the scruff of the neck and going on a proper run of results, so the fact you're still only 3 points off top of the league suggests a bit of good fortune on our part, the fact we're not picking up results. Today we were a bit more like ourselves in comparison to last week in terms of passing the ball. I thought Dumbarton made it really difficult, really stuffy, which we knew was going to be the case. So our next stage now is that if teams are going to play like that, is how we get better at the top end of the pitch. So listen, we're constantly trying to evolve, there's no getting away from that, and I think we've got 14, 15 new players in the squad, and when you first hit the scene and you've got your style of play and teams aren't quite sure of what that is, you get a wee bit grace. Teams are now starting to realise what we are and how we play and on the build, and making it more difficult for us to break teams down, and they're not as open as probably teams were earlier in the season. So it's up to us to get our heads together. How do we become better in the final third? How do we once we're in that area, how is it earlier crosses, is it a bit more direct when we're in that area of the pitch? So we'll do that, we'll do all we can to do that. So as frustrated as I am with the result and as disappointed as I am that we're on a run of results that is by no means great, I'm still confident enough that the group will continue to develop and continue to get better. And it's up to myself, Danny and Bobby to obviously make things better on the training ground and help them come a Saturday. But today, first half especially, I thought we were much better in terms of keeping the ball and passing it better, but ultimately we've lost the game. And we need to find out ways both to be better at the top end of the pitch and stop conceding goals, obviously, and if you manage to do that, then I know it's nonsensical, but it certainly gives you more chance if you can keep clean sheets. So we need to look at both that and the final third, how we get better there.
Is that always the danger, that when you're trying to play on the front foot, and respectfully you'll see, when we watch the game back, umpteen times we had Dumbarton penned within kind of 30-35 yards of their own goal, but there's always that danger of a mistake leaving you open at the back. It's just, is there any way to guard against something like that?
Yeah, there's definitely ways, and I think human error comes into that. I think we speak at half time about being patient, continue to be patient. We'll get opportunities, but make sure we're concentrated at the back. And I think when you watch your goals, there's enough to suggest we can certainly get better at how we deal with these things. So yeah, as much as you're on the front foot, you still have to have that real focus as defenders to make sure you keep clean sheets, and unfortunately today we didn't have that, and we've been punished for it.
Is it the case then that they're frustrated, but by what you're saying, it's very much the case of the message is it's a work in progress? This group will get stronger the more they get familiar with each other.
I'm confident in that. I think they will. I think they're continuing to learn. They're desperate to do well. You can see that screaming out them day in, day out. They're building a decent spirit in there that we're trying to make sure they keep that going, and I continue to say it, trying not to be too down with defeats, but the more defeats you have, the harder it is to get out of that rut, and confidence takes a hit. So again, it's up to us to make sure they stay focused, stay confident in what we want to do, and trust the process and continue to do that, and we'll continue to work hard as we have done, and we'll continue to do all we can to make it better.
Montrose, tough place to go?
Yeah, they're all tough. It's a tough league, you can see that. You can just look at the table. I think we're 6 points off bottom and 3 points off top, so it suggests how tough it is. They've lost today 2-0 to Alloa, so we're well aware that every game's a tough one. It's just making sure as a team we continue to improve and try and get better, and right now there's a lot of improvement to be done. We totally understand that, but like I say, we'll stress the importance of continuing to work hard and doing all we can to be better.
You made an addition to the squad this morning. Talk us through the thinking behind bringing in Declan McDaid.
Well, Callum looks like he'll be long term, unfortunately, and he's a huge part of what we've been in the early part of the season, and there's no getting away for the fact that we do miss him. I thought Sam for 40 minutes today probably gave us as close to what we've been as a team in terms of Callum and getting good areas, getting crosses in the box, and hopefully Declan will give us that sort of thing as well. So it just gives us again more competition than we never had with losing Callum in the squad.
And just finally on the injury front as well, a bit of obviously from what you're saying, Callum Morrison maybe longer term, but a little bit of a boost in terms of Ryan Williamson and Brad Mackay both now coming back to full fitness.
Yeah, definitely. I thought Brad for the main was pretty solid today, tired towards the end, which is understandable. He's not played a lot of football, and it's brilliant to have Ryan back. We all know what he can do when he's bang at it. So yeah, I mean, it's you've had a tough ask today in terms of looking at your bench and leaving players out. We've had to leave 4 players out, which is never easy, so we've done that today, and there's real competition now for places, and the players have to recognise that as well.
Paul, as always, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Lewis. Thanks very much. I'll speak to you soon.